Tonight, we tell you what happened at City Council that could affect your Cougar football Saturdays.
And what you should do to prepare for the upcoming flu season.
And we show you a new Friday tradition started by some student chefs.
Murrow News 8 starts now.
From Studio B on the campus of Washington State University, this is Pullman's only nightly newscast. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Patrick Gerardis.
And I'm Abby Tudor. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Planning to bring your RV to Pullman next Cougar football Saturday? Well, you might not get to stick around as long as you did before. Dax McCoy joins us from City Hall to tell us what policies the city changed. Dax?
The Pullman City Council passed an ordinance restricting parking times from 7 days to 4 days as parking continues to cause problems. But not only does this affect street parking, but this affects public parking lots too. Public streets.
And so it leaves the streets open and parking lots open for people to come and go and use them as they were originally intended, rather than for the storage of vehicles and trailers and boats.
But the previous policy change failed to include specific changes which would allow the city to enforce the policy changes. Before the change, it could take the city 46 days to remove a vehicle, and public parking lots had no process to remove cars or RVs or even trucks towing boats. The city passed The city hopes the end result will allow people an easier time parking and downtown shoppers a better experience. At Pullman City Hall, I'm Dax McCoy, Murrow News 8.
The Center for Civic Engagement hosted Connect Fest today on the Terrell Mall. The fair happens annually in the fall and features all that WSU and the community have to offer. Connect Fest brings registered student organizations, clubs, and community partners together to help students get involved on campus and in the community and benefits everyone. Registering a table at this event is free and makes for an easy way to promote your student club, organization, or cause. The post-secondary education program at Washington State University, ROAR, looks to gather a fresh batch of applicants for the 2019-2020 school year. WSU ROAR assists students with disabilities that inhibit their learning. They initially planned to accept 4 student volunteers this year, but admitted 5. Last week's Maple Street apartment fire left 8 people displaced, and according to the Pullman Community Action Center, it will take about 6 months to repair the estimated $400,000 in damages. Now they ask the community for help. The Community Action Center started collecting donations Monday. Items they asked for include mattresses, bedding, towels, eating utensils, and household furniture. You can drop off items at 350 Fairmont Road from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on weekdays. The CAC says they also accept cash donations. Some students enjoy a new house after a $2.8 million renovation. The WSU chapter of Alpha Tau Omega opened up their new house on Saturday. Alumni donations accounted for $2.3 million of the total, with the other $500,000 coming from the national fraternity. Remodels don't happen very often for Alpha Tau Omega, which made this a very special occasion.
The last major renovation was in 1968. Every few years they obviously fix the place up, maybe change a couple of the rooms. Back in the 80s there was a very small scale remodel, so this was a big deal that they did this.
Renovations included a complete kitchen, expansion of the chapter room, and replacing the sleeping porch with private rooms. 95% completed. Most of the remaining work focuses on the exterior. With all the residents moved in, Alpha Tau Omega hope the new house will continue to build a positive relationship between alumni and active members.
The Washington State Office of Financial Management attributes Pullman's growing population to the WSU freshman class. The Pullman population increased 13.2% since 2010. The population estimate includes WSU's largest freshman class of over 4,300 students. This makes Pullman the 4th fastest growing community in eastern Washington. With its 5th consecutive year of growth, Pullman has reached a population of over 33,700 residents.
Man, I think last year it was only 30,000. That's crazy. There's so many freshmen.
That's crazy. Up next, how you can help Moscow police identify a car prowling suspect.
And we update you on Hurricane Florence as the East Coast prepares for what's next when Murrow News 8 continues.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
The Moscow Police Department seek your help in identifying a theft suspect. Officers investigating several vehicle burglaries that occurred on the south end of town Sunday night and early Monday morning say a male suspect used a stolen credit card from one of the burglaries at the Moscow Walmart around 6 o'clock Monday morning. The suspect drove a black four-door sedan with black rims. Anyone with information about the suspect should contact Officer Summers at 208-882-2677. A Moscow man, Joshua Hayworth, entered a plea agreement after threatening to shoot a man during a dispute over $100 at the Identity Apartment Complex construction site in South Moscow last month. Moscow police initially arrested him for felony aggravated assault. He recently pleaded guilty to misdemeanor unlawful exhibition of a deadly weapon. He displayed 2 handguns from under his vest to the man and then fled the scene through nearby Gritman Medical Center. The hospital was placed on lockdown for several hours.
Speaking of safety, with flu season around the corner, Cougar Health Services and the Whitman County Health Department will team up to provide flu vaccines. The Whitman County Health Department will provide adult vaccinations by appointment at their Colfax and Pullman offices. Cougar Health Services will provide vaccine clinics from 10 to 3 every Friday until the end of October in the Washington building. Most insurances will cover the flu vaccine, but it will cost $30 for those without insurance. The temperatures cool off a bit as we approach the last few days of summer.
Aishanae Savels-Taylor tells us what to expect with our 5-day forecast when Murrow News 8 returns.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Despite Hurricane Florence weakening to a level 3 storm today, it still poses a threat to more than 1 million people along the southern part of the East Coast. Local authorities ordered residents to evacuate on Tuesday, and due to the evacuation orders, universities across North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia canceled classes and suspended sports games for the week, allowing students to leave the area with their families before the weather worsens. Officials expect Hurricane Florence to hit land late Thursday or early Friday.
We won't experience that kind of weather here in Pullman, but Aishanae joins us in the Weather Center for an update on what we should expect.
All right, Cook, so it's starting to get a little bit chilly out there. Here in Pullman, it's around 59 degrees and it's a little windy, 5 miles per hour. When we go statewide, In Olympia or Pullman, it's 67. In Spokane, also a high of 67, low of 48. Wenatchee, high of 70, low of 50. And if we go on the west side, we have Spokane. Vancouver is a high of 66, Olympia high of 64, and for tomorrow, in the morning, there'll be slight showers, 61 degrees, same thing in the afternoon, around 64, but then it gets a little more clear during the evening, and for our 5-day forecast, on Friday, high of 71, low 42, Saturday, high of 69, low 54, Sunday, 64 degrees. Monday will be also a high of 64 degrees. And Tuesday will be a high of 68 and a low of 43 degrees. So just make sure you bring your jackets on your Cougar football Saturday. And it should be a clear day that day. And the rest of the week is basically the same. It's a little cloudy. We'll have some spouts of sunshine, but for the most part, just make sure you're staying prepared for those slight showers and cloudy days.
We all know that Cougs help Cougs, but when we come back, we will show you how one Coug pushes that above and beyond. We'll be right back.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Okay, Coug, someone needs our help. A fellow Coug found this photo on the corner of 18th Street and Butler in Port Angeles, Washington. No name or information written on the back. They want to show that Cougs love to help Cougs by returning the photo to its rightful owner. If you know the person in the photo or have any information, reach out to WSU Pullman on Twitter. Young New York dancer Melanie Unger almost lost her leg and ability to dance to a rare bone cancer until doctors gave her new hope. Doctors performed a unique surgery called rotation plasty, which involves using her ankle and foot turned backwards as a new knee. A lower leg prosthetic fits over the ankle and foot, creating an entirely new leg. Unger hopes to continue dancing in the future and has developed a new dream of becoming a doctor.
Thank you for watching. Join us every weeknight at 7 and 10 for Pullman's only nightly newscast.
Have a great night and follow Murrow News 8 on Facebook and Twitter.
Good night, Pullman. You know what? It's amazing that we have that kind of technology these days.
Right?
I know that she can have a new knee now.
It's incredible.
That's such a gift that those doctors were able to give to her.
I know.
And that she's going to become a doctor
I know,
to help
so
other people now.
This could be a great success story if it pans out.
For sure. Thanks, Pullman.